Welcome back to a fresh Tepid Takes, y'all. Tepid Takes is the name of the series on my channel where we talk about new beauty releases and whether I plan to buy them. And when I'm buying them for review on my channel unless I say otherwise. Always keep in mind as you're watching, you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that, yeah, I'm gonna buy that, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. I am getting a tax deduction on those and they live in this heap in my house. Like, this is not a fun level of collection, so don't ever try to keep up with my level of consumption, okay? So I do want to go into this saying that I have already just observed in the market of new beauty releases that, like, what the heck is going on? Like, towards the end of the year, we were getting nothing, like, go girl, give us nothing. But now we're getting releases and they're still, go girl, give us nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at it and you're like, her? I think that's kind of gonna be the tone today, unless something totally blows my mind. And I just want y'all to know that, like, this is gonna be a little complainy. We're gonna be a little roasty today. It's not going to be an anti-haul in the sense that I'm trying to convince myself not to buy things, but I think I know up front that, like, I'm gonna be a little bit extra critical because I'm entering year 8 of this being my job and I'm allowed to be a little bit cynical, okay? So I'm gonna go on trend mood, I'm going to go on makeup on your radar, and we're going to see what we have to see, and let's go ahead and jump in. Going through looking at these, one thing is very clear to me, and that is that, like, prestige is the one that's, like, experiencing this phenomenon of, like, what are we doing? And I feel like it's because maybe they have, like, the most specifically narrow margins, because drugstore is out here drugstoring, Revolution Beauty is gonna have their own landfill eventually, and the margins on their products are so enormous that they just, like, keep cranking stuff out. ColourPop just keeps on color popping. They are vertically integrated, you know what I mean? Like, they're not stopping anytime soon. And then we have over here the luxury fashion houses, and they're like, look, we've got a built-in clientele. We don't need to blow anybody's mind here. We just need to kind of, like, steadily keep putting things out. We might see a little bit of a drop off, but we're kind of prepared for it. And then there's prestige beauty that is responding so literally to all of the trend spotters predictions that, like, everybody's getting the same advice and they're all putting out the same products, either products that they've already put out or products that are so clearly predicted to trend. And honestly, if TikTok is gone by the 19th of January, oh boy, that's gonna change everything, isn't it? Because the trend spotters are gonna be like, wait a second, where is our built-in market of people to sell things to? Because that's what TikTok is. It's just this, like, buying machine, you know? And so I think that that'll be really fascinating. I really hope that TikTok dies. I really hope that TikTok dies, because I would love to have all of those creators who really mean it come over here and make long form or short form, but, like, that's a dumpster fire. Honestly, like, YouTube shorts are dumpster fire. The long form here benefits from new blood and we could use it. We could use it. Anyway, I feel like I can smell the fear right now in the prestige beauty market, and it's manifesting through this, like, really, really tight adherence to the trends, the predicted trends, and I intend to make fun of that today. Okay, we have this setting mist thing continuing to proliferate. So we've got, like, Fenty putting one out. We have Tarte putting one out that's called LifeLock. Like, that was already taken by identity theft software, but go off, I guess. And honestly, setting mists are, to me, this, like, skincare meets makeup, like, safe space, I would guess, is, like, their perception, because one of the biggest predictions, and I think this is gonna be, like, my fun thing that I harp on over and over and over again throughout this year, so just buckle in. But, like, as I saw all these trend predictions, there was, like, 4 over here, FOHR, and they're predicting that, like, what the influencers are trying to sell right now is intangible. It's kind of like a feeling almost. It's like you want to feel it in your aura, not just, like, apply it to your face. But then you go over to all of these other, like, 2025 trend predictions and they're like aura beauty, and they're just, like, painting rainbows on their faces, and I'm like, y'all got the same advice, but you took it 2 different ways. And so we are seeing, like, these, like, pastel-y things coming out, or things that are, like, makeup that's clear somehow. Like, I would love to see a resurgence of, like, the Becca clear foundation, like the Emperor's New Clothes. I did like that stuff, but still, I'm really enjoying watching the way that brands interpret this, and I do think that, like, the setting spray surge is part of that. Like, they're so convinced that that's the safe thing to do right now because you're not having to tell anybody what color to buy. They're just like, oh, I should just spray this on and it's invisible, and then I can talk about how it made me feel on the internet, because that's the life cycle of a product. The next thing that I'm really noticing in the prestige area of like Sephora or Ulta or whatever is shade extensions. That's such a safe thing to do also. I feel like everybody's just like, do not spend money that does not make a return, like a 10x return, you know? So Charlotte Tilbury, I think wonderfully, has expanded the contour wand color range. Like that's great. We need more contour colors. But then, just below that on Makeup on Your Radar is this shade extension from Patrick Ta on his blushes. He really thinks he swung wide and took some risks in 2024. Like he put out that duo of highlighters and one of them was just a goo. And then there were the eyeshadow duos that like cost as much as an oil change. And now we have 4 new shades of his blush because I think that he is returning to the drawing board store and being like, this is safe. These are things that people might buy out of curiosity. These are things that might go viral because it's a color that looks incredible on one person and it was worth trying because they're new. But Patrick, we already put you in your flop era at the end of 2024, okay? I know that I said, and I'm gonna sit here and kind of suss this out. I'm gonna like think out loud, like untangle this in real time. I talked about how I appreciate like Hourglass for continuing to put out Hourglass palettes because they're different from each other by packaging and like slight deviations in temperature value and stuff one to the next, but that an Hourglass palette is always going to be an Hourglass palette. But sales on something that's consistent, reliable like that, I'm assuming is like the kind of thing that funds taking a risk on like an innovative formula, something new. And so it's all about kind of seeking that balance within a brand in order to like keep your head above water. And so I think that that's maybe what he's doing, but I want to name the phenomenon that we've been talking about over the last like few months, and I'm gonna call it forced innovation, like the forced innovation effect. And that is that like there are these makeup artists who start their own brands, and I'm a huge fan of a makeup artist owned brand because they have such great ideas, okay? And I feel like you're buying their experience. When you're buying something, you're like, oh, this is something I didn't know needed to exist, but thank goodness this person who's done makeup for X however many hundreds of years has worked with a bunch of things that they liked or didn't like, and they came up with this thing that's perfect, right? But then we end up with like the Makeup by Mario of it all, where they're like, hey, buddy, we know that you already put out all of your best ideas, but we're gonna need you to continue to innovate because it's a new season and we need something new for people to want to buy. And I think that the normalization of that is what is watering down the selection right now and putting fear in the hearts of all of the brands because they are just becoming so homogenized. I'm talking about the prestige brands. So are those pretty blush colors? Yes. Is it an exciting release? No. Did they need to exist? I can't really say for sure, but Patrick Ta is credited with really introducing the Patrick Ta blush technique, which I used today, not with his blushes, but to put cream on top of powder, which is something we feared doing forever in order to like bring back the skin finish without like covering yourself in highlighter. And I bet that the numbers work out, but it is a little bit conspicuous that it's like, you clearly said what you had to say with the products that you put out, and like, maybe we should just let that live. Body sprays. Okay, I feel like this is gonna be really polarizing because am I an olfactory expert? Absolutely not. But the shift from perfumes to like a more affordable option, which is a body spray, to me is not necessarily, I mean, obviously we're in capitalism, so it's not about being more affordable so that you can spend less. It's about being more affordable so that they can make you think you're spending less, and then you end up buying more of them because the price tag on each one is smaller. So it's like you don't have to really quibble as much about that decision as you would with a full-size perfume, depending on your budget. However, I'm just gonna say it, body sprays smell cheaper than perfume. They do. They do. They always smell like body sprays, and I don't know why. Like there's a body spray smell, and maybe there's a body spray like client, right? That like wants that versus perfume, but like that's the best I can do to explain it. And I just don't want body sprays. I just don't want them. I mean, I would love a brand to blow my mind, but like I would rather have one perfume than 5 body sprays. That was RE, the Ellis Brooklyn marshmallows that's coming out. Also, oof, the gourmand of it all. I am sick of it. I am. Like, I understand fruit kind of bridges the gap, but like, I feel like we're moving in the wrong direction right now towards all the like creamy coconutty, marshmallowy. Like, I'm a vanilla girl, but I like something that smells like a vanilla bean, not like a vanilla cupcake. I feel like they're trying to tap into like millennial nostalgia by being like, no, it's just like how you remember it at Bath and Body Works. And it's like, Bath and Body Works still makes vanilla sugar. If you wanted to go smell like that, you could go to Bath and Body Works. You know what I mean? They still make some really great things, okay? All that to say, I don't want to smell like marshmallows. I don't want to smell like a candle. I don't want a candle that smells like that. Moving right along. Oh wow, talk about a blast from the past. New makeup release from ABH, Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. Velvet matte foundation with blurring second skin finish. Flawless skin, all day impeccable, introducing Impeccable Foundation, drink every time I say impeccable, a medium to full coverage long wearing formula that blurs pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for up to 12 hours. Powered by precision blur technology, this hydrating velvet matte foundation features hyaluronic acid for a smooth, flawless finish and a second skin feel. And it's just all the same words. It's just all of them. There's word salad. So anyway, I feel like we are entering possibly, or at least some of the brands that used to be really popular in like 2016, right? Makeup life on YouTube are trying to create a resurgence of that aesthetic a little bit, like more makeup-y, like more clearly makeup-y. And I just want to say about that there are people who want to wear a matte foundation all the time, especially depending on your skin type. And there are people who never want to wear a matte foundation ever in their life. Do not let trends tell you what's best for your skin type, okay? If you need a matte foundation and we go into an era where matte foundations abound, the world of options really opens up for you. And then when we kind of like swing back towards things being all dewy or whatnot, then people like me have more options. But like, to me, your skin type is not a trend. And I think that the finish of your makeup is, yes, a little bit to do with preference, but for people like me, I can achieve a matte appearance with powder. And people who need oil control in their foundations, their skin's probably gonna get dewy on its own. Or you can use a setting mist, like, you know, MAC Fix Plus or something that gives you a dewy appearance while the foundation is actually controlling the oil for you. So yeah, don't be tempted if you're like, I've never worn a matte foundation. Do I need to start now? No. The same way that people who need a matte foundation did not need to go and buy all of the dewy skin tints. Be free. Be free from that assumption. Available now, Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation SPF 30 Hydrating Foundation from Hourglass. I didn't know that this was out yet, and I think that this is supposed to be one of their older formulas kind of reimagined, and I'm here for it. I also know that Hourglass is gonna send this to me 6 months from now in 4 shades that are different from the one that I bought. Like, they might work, but they're gonna be different from the one that I bought, and that y'all are going to want to review sooner than that. So I will definitely be buying this. All-in-one formula combines the benefits of a broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen, advanced skincare, and high performance foundation for a glow that lasts all day. Ultra creamy texture melts into the skin for a luminous, even toned complexion. 26 shades, $58. And the shade range looks pretty good. The shade range looks pretty good. I feel like a shade range to some extent should be math. Like, there should be like even jumps between colors, you know, and like an even amount per like larger jump of skin tones. Like, I don't know why that's never been something that's like really obvious to brands. They're just like, these are the people I know and the makeup colors they wear. Let's put it out, you know? But it's like, no, let's make them actually for everyone. Even the people you don't know. Either way, yes, I'm going to buy this. I should actually buy it right now. Lisa Eldridge has put these bad boys out, and it was hilarious. I ordered my shade, just what matches me in her skin tint. This is like almost empty. I wear shade 2, and so I ordered shade 2, and then 20 minutes later, I kid you not, I got a knock at my door in like blowing snow, okay? And this FedEx man is just like, hey, can you sign for this? And I was like, sure. And I opened it up and it is 3 additional shades, shades 3, 4, and 5 in the Pinpoint Concealer Micro Correcting Pencil from Lisa Eldridge. So I did like use it a little bit up here. I need to watch her video. I wanted to kind of try it and then watch her video. That's sort of my process. But I also saw that she had like a release event where someone was talking about using it like around red lipstick or something like that. You know, it's really good for the lip line. And I was like, I can't wait to watch her video because I can't wait to see all of the ways that she has conceived of this being used other than just being a pinpoint concealer. But if you have been around long enough on the internet, you remember her tutorial on pinpoint concealing, and it changed my life, okay? It changed my life. It changed my acne having life. So yes, I will be reviewing those soon. I want to get my actual shade though in the mail, the one that I ordered. This is fascinating. So this is the new nude collection from MAC. And I wonder if it's at Ulta or if I have to actually go to a MAC store. Oh, wait, that's awesome. No, these are really cool. This is one of those cases where if it was the old days of beauty YouTube, I would be so excited at the prospect that they might send me the entire collection. I've never gotten MAC PR, I don't think, but back in the day they were far more heavily in circulation and talked about, and I feel like this would have been something that I would have been really excited to like swatch all of them and put them all on and stuff like that because they're so nuanced. The lip gloss is $27, the lipstick is $25, the satin lipstick is $25, the Powder Kiss liquid lip color, they really just went all out. Okay, it's $28, and then the lip pencils are $25. So yeah, I think I'm going to kind of do a deeper dive on these online, see what appeals to me and where they're available if I can go like touch them. But if not, I think I probably will order like one of each formula that like I think would be exciting and nice on me. So far I have verbally committed to buying two things. One is the Hourglass foundation, which I'm very excited about, and the other is some of the MAC nude lips. And honestly, I think those are really like, that's a great investment for my channel, both of those. Like those are right on brand for us. Available now, Cryo Glow Under Eye Cooling and LED Anti-Aging and Blemish Repair Mask from Shark. Under eye cooling, 5 to 15 minutes. Helps firm, tighten, soothe, and deepen up under eyes with instant chill cold technology that can be used alone or in combination with any LED routine. I have to admit, that is fascinating. No one has been like, here's an electronic mask like that's actually plugging into power that's going to cool your eyes. Like, do we want that? I don't know, but at least it's new. I was like, are we just going to see like, it's either going to be like these really, really safe releases or it's going to be like a bunch of the like YSL, like AI color adjusting custom lipstick mixer machine that they tried to put out a couple of years ago. And I feel like this is kind of right there where they're just like, give it the bells and whistles. Look, we need to like shake things up, shake it up. And maybe it'll work. I'm happy to see someone doing something different. I got Golden Rule already from Fleur, and I'm just gonna say it, it's not for me, okay? Not all fragrances are going to be for me, and Fleur has really had a great run of just like hit after hit after hit for me, so it's like about time for it to be someone else's turn to enjoy something, because like Father Figure, Mood Ring, Vanilla Skin, oh my god, those are like my most used perfumes. Well, that and Santal Grey from Lake and Sky. But if you're thinking about Golden Rule, like thinking about blind buying it, just bear in mind that all of those fragrance notes are turned up to 11. Every single one of the notes in that perfume is absolutely there, and it is screaming at you. Like, I sprayed it on myself when I first tried it as if it was Father Figure. Father Figure you can douse yourself in because it's just this like intoxicatingly balanced fragrance. This one is like, I did that and I had to change clothes and take a shower. It was not good. And of course that's my fault because I didn't approach with caution, but like, approach with caution. It is the loudest fragrance that they have ever put out. Full stop. What's that? Oh, available in Europe. Longwear Tan Defect Powder with hyaluronic acid from Dior. I wonder if that's gonna come to the US. It's very pretty, and they have something that looks incredibly rosy that I think I'd be really into. Does it go very deep? Why do those all look like the same color? Are you serious? Is it really, how many shades? 4 shades for each finish. There is a natural glow or a matte finish, and I now can confirm that 4 shades is a gross exaggeration. Baby, those are all the same shade, and I have a really, really strong eye for color nuance. Like, I understand that like one is peach and one is pink and one is yellow and one is neutral, but like for one person, Dior, come on, what? Like, oh, how dare you even put that on a black model? Like, what are you even doing? Oh my God. Anyway. Okay, this is interesting because I saw it as product placement in Doechie's new music video. I was watching it, I was like, this is a wild video, and I love Doechii. But at the end, someone is putting on something on her face, and it looks like the Urban Decay foundation that they came out with, but like it's a different color bottle. And it's because they have this Face Bond, which was the foundation, luminizer waterproof glow drops for face and body. And that's pretty. I don't know if I want it, but it's pretty. I feel like Urban Decay is leaning a little bit into what they're truly good at, which I think is the fact that they have been grandfathered in to making formulas that are reliable, but also in colors that are unexpected at a place like Sephora. Or I think they're at Ulta too. Because all of these brands that have come out in the last few years are subject to this homogeneity in terms of like what colors they're allowed to put on the shelves of Sephora. And Urban Decay is kind of known for being a little bit different there. And I feel like they've been trying to kind of like deviate from that lately and become like more of like a reliable brand in terms of like neutrals and nudes, because like they re-released Naked and they've really been trying to play to Space Cowboy, and this to me says like maybe we're gonna test the waters towards not playing it quite as safe. A girl can hope, right? Oh, Natouche. This is such a sign of the times. Oh my God. Natasha Denona Mini Eye Sculpt Eyeshadow Palette, an all matte neutral palette that effortlessly sculpts and blends to create everyday to dramatic looks. Natouche, did we as a society need this? No, and you know that. But I understand wanting to have a piece of makeup that belongs in the conversation with basics when you're going to buy makeup. It might not be something that's like a hit in the sense that this particular color story is going to go viral, but there is a hope, right, for all the people who really like her matte formula, which is one of the more challenging matte formulas that I've used. And also the way that I feel like this is trying to be everything to everyone in 5 shades. If I am going to wear that light of a white on my skin, I am not gonna wear that deep of a black on my skin, you know? Like, there are people who are only going to use the top 3 shades. There are people who are only going to use the middle 3 shades, and there are people who are only going to use the bottom 3 shades, and that doesn't even account for temperature. So this being a release that's supposed to be like a basic, you know, a staple product and be foundational to people's routines, it should have been like a MAC release. There should have been like 6 of them. What is that? Clinique? Her? Dimensional highlighter. Glides on weightlessly for a truly luminous effect, infused with light reflecting pigments, aren't they all? And pearls that play up the skin's natural radiance, if you're describing a highlighter, for a true glow from every angle in a mirrored compact $44 in 4 shades: Moonlit Pearl, Starlit Glow, Daylit Bronze, Sunlit Copper. I don't feel like it made that model's skin look better. I think it looked better before. Oh, I don't really like how it looks. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I am glad that they're putting it on real skin and that they are photographing that real skin and like, at least to some degree, like not retouching it too much. But it's like I can see beautiful skin on the first photo of the model, and then I can see pores on the second photo in every single case. It really does look like a Becca Shimmery Skin Perfector to me. Like, we are just coming back around. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I feel like Clinique as a brand should focus more on like being affordable Hermes, right? They should be focusing on making things that are incredibly subtle on the skin, like make a baked highlight a la Hourglass, you know? Going for this kind of like youthful, I shouldn't say it's youthful, it's only going to look good on poreless skin. That's what I mean when I say that like something has like a shimmery highlight to it. There's nothing wrong with your pores showing, but like I'm not gonna add a product to my face that does that, like by choice. So I feel like they kind of missed the mark on that. Tom Ford, new eye color quad eyeshadow palette. They're all shimmery. Tom Ford is the most egregious offender in terms of making quads that are not eye looks that make sense. Well, Chanel too. Wow, Chanel. But there's no way to achieve something that it doesn't require taking something else out and using it. And it's like for $100, I'm gonna say it one more time, for $100, it needs to contain an eye look, Tom Ford. That's audacious. Looks like Rhode is coming out with lip liners. I'll try them. They'll probably be good. Oh boy. It was like there were no new releases and then this dropped and like all of my makeup besties were like messaging me like, this? her? You know, it's like, this is what you do with your R&D dollars. This is how you can tell brands are shaking in their boots. Makeup by Mario puts out a line of Glossier lip glosses, basically. He's just like, will you please buy my makeup, please? You know? So they are, how many shades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Hydrating Super Shine Lip Gloss. A super shiny lip gloss that quickly hydrates and smooths for lasting comfort with a glass-like finish, sodium hyaluronate, pomegranate extract, and jojoba oil. I mean, it could be anyone. You could blindfold me and that could be any brand. This is not makeup artist sorcery, you know? It's like, I have become a regular makeup brand. It's no longer about buying their experience. They're $26. They look really pretty. Will I buy one? Probably eventually, but I already know exactly what it's going to do. And that's kind of a bummer, you know? I like to at least be curious when I'm buying something. And it's like, the reason that I would buy this is because I love lip gloss. I love anything that's kind of like a clear-ish lip gloss, so I could see myself buying it. But if like the packaging doesn't appeal to you and you already have one that you like, don't let this be the thing that you run out to buy next. Haus Labs is putting out a volumizing and lengthening mascara. 5 times fanned out volume and flexible hold, no clumping, blah, blah, blah. It's not a tubing mascara, so I will not be buying it. And that's not, again, if you're new here or relatively new here, that's not me just being like a snob, like, oh, if it's not a tubing mascara, I'm not gonna try it. It's because I did, for a long time, try regular conventional wash-off mascaras, and I'm a toddler, and I cannot seem to get regular mascara out of my eyes well enough on a day-to-day basis, and I gave myself the grossest, longest lasting eye infection in 2023 that like, we're just not going to do that again, okay? Like, other people who like those kinds of mascaras can give you reviews on them. I'm going to stick to my tubing mascaras. Oh, Chanticleer. Oh, new Le Papillon collection. Chanticleer. Created to support Xerces Society and their butterfly conservation work. Good for y'all. The Nymph Eye Trio, Dana Eye Trio, Lip Sheer, 4 new shades, and their Lip Sheer from Chanticleer. What I want to know is, yes, these eye trios are $80 and the lip sheer is $38. I feel like they're almost coming off of their audacity a little bit. Like, I would have expected those trios to be like $125 before, you know? It's almost like they're like, I think that people have like less disposable income right now because groceries are really expensive. Like, let's just make them $80 because they're already making such like a ridiculous margin on all of their stuff. And of course they're donating, but like, still, so does Thrive, and they're not charging $1 million for their products. And I won't be buying those because the trios are all shimmers and they are boring as hell, and like, there's a difference between useful boring and just you wanted to make a product that was spring colored boring. Like, none of that appeals to me. And Chanticleer lost me a long time ago. Everything past the Ray kind of universal bronzer thing that they put out in the like the fluorescent marbled lucite packaging that was like, wow, a broken clock really is right twice a day. Because that thing was amazing. Past that, they have gotten a lot of my money and I have hated everything that they've made. So it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this does not grip me. ColourPop, oof. They have made these liquid highlights where the top of the lid, I think, is meant to look like a heart, but it's like too enmeshed in the top of the package and it just looks like testicles. You won't unsee that. Oh yeah! I thought I ordered some of these. Afterglow Sheer Hydrating Lip Oil from NARS. I thought I ordered some of these, but I guess I didn't. Maybe they're still in my cart on Nordstrom. I'll have to go look. New All Hours Hyper Loose Powder. I love it. It's like hyper what? That's like being like mega loose powder. It's like, oh, it's so loose. A hyper loose powder. Hyper what? Lightweight, multi-use, loose. Oh no, why so? This is such a direct dig at Givenchy because Givenchy just ruined their Prism Libre powder. Oh no! Oh my god. Lightweight multi-use loose powder provides a flawless, natural, soft, matte, blurred result. Long wear, hiding pores, and unevenness with a blurring effect blends seamlessly into skin. You don't need to read the description to know that the packaging was intended to look exactly, with the exception of like the quadrant, right? Because that would have been a little on the nose. Only Revolution Beauty would do something stupid like that. But the packaging being that inane square, which really frustrates me because it can, and it did for me, close wrong, like the threads misaligned and it just got locked like that. And nothing could unlock it. I had to throw it away. And if you are not up on the tea, everybody loves the Givenchy Prism Libre powder because it's amazing. It's amazing, okay? It's like this non-reflective HD powder that like makeup artists love because it can be photographed and it's just color canceling. It's just awesome stuff. And then when they had to reformulate to take out talc, they wet the bed. It is bad, bad, bad. It's like really chalky and white. It really does look like the old Makeup Forever like HD powder that got us all in trouble when, you know, flash photography would happen. And I feel like YSL is like, you could try ours. It's probably better than the new one from Givenchy, and that is just, oh, it's so audacious. It says some colors are available now in Asia. I won't be surprised if this comes to the US because it's hilarious. And now we're back into like, you know, peppermint scented holiday releases. So I think that really proves our point. I don't think that I need to make one of those videos where it's like 2025 beauty predictions, like makeup predictions, because they're all going to become incredibly evident as the year wears on because all of the makeup companies are going to take them so literally. I will be interested to see exactly what all of this scrambling amounts to, especially in the prestige space as we get into like summertime. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If there are any other products that you want me to try that are new or really otherwise, honestly, that you think would be really good to review on my channel, leave those down below because I, you know, can't possibly see everything. But if there's anything you're excited about that I didn't mention, definitely let me know. And if you enjoyed this, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're new here or you just haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe while you're here. I will put a video up here that I think you'll enjoy if you liked this one. Thank you so much for being here. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.